Hello and welcome to my new video. And this video, I will be showing you how to organize a webinar or Microsoft Teams live event. You can also say it or call it as a webinar because it's a live event where every other people can see even if he is not in your organization. Okay. So if you haven't watched my previous videos, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and also watch my previous videos which are regarding Microsoft Teams basics and fundamentals and also Microsoft Teams admin center. So let's move ahead to our new this video and start it. So live event, how to organize a live event. First, you go to the Microsoft Teams, sign in with your organization account, click calendar, and if you can see in the top right corner we have new meeting option and then a drop down button. If you click the drop down button you will be seeing a live event option. So let's click live event option. So here I have a new live event settings where I can organize and invite my people. So let's start with our new live event. Give it a name, give it any location. If you have any rooms in your organization you can add it, otherwise you can even leave it blank. Okay, give it a start date and time, like today 6:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Okay, give it a time zone. Right now I'm in Qatar, so I'm UTC plus 3, so you can give your own time zone depending on your region. Details, you can put your agenda and even you can format your settings right here, like here, like let me put the bulleted zone, a Teams live event to showcase features and functions of live event, just like that. So you can write down all the meeting agenda and anything if you like to. On the right side you are going to invite who will be the presenters. So there are two options, producers and presenters. Producers are those which are already by default a presenter as well. They are like a global administrator of your live event. They are the administrator of your live event and also a moderator of your live event. They have all the rights and permissions of your live event. Okay, but if I click on a presenter, he will not have enough privileges. Okay, he will only be able to present his presentations or any other files or anything during the live event. Okay, so right now I'm the organizer, so I will make myself a producer. But if I want to want anyone else to also present during the live event, I can simply invite him, like Nabil. I can make him a presenter. Also, if you have any external guest users and I want them to be able to present, you can simply invite them. So I have this guest account added, so I have added him as a presenter. So what will happen is when a live event will be going on, Muhammad Hamad and Nabil Mukhtar will be able to present and I will be able to produce and I will also be able to present. Okay, I have both the privileges. Okay, because I am the organizer. Click next. Here I will have some more features, some more permission labels and settings for my live event. Who will be able to join? I have three options: people and groups, organization wide, and public. I will talk about public first. Public will be those that is open for anyone. Like it will be like a webinar type of kind. Okay, and what will happen is if I select a public setting, anyone with that link of your team's live event will be able to join, regardless of whichever domain he has and regardless of whichever account he has. Even Gmail or Outlook account can also work. Okay, but if I click organization wide, only those accounts and only those users having my inside my organization having my domain only. Okay, like if you are belonging to at abc.com, only those users with at abc.com will be able to join. and it also requires a sign in. Okay, if I select this one, I will specify each person who will be able to watch my live event. Okay, it can be an external as well. Okay, so let's move to organization wide only, and click this sign in required, or you can also go for this one. So I'm going with this one. Okay, and I can also invite any other people like Fahad Noor, he's also in my organization. Mohammed Hamad, who was external, I have already invited him as a presenter. And let's make any other. And let's see if I have any other guest account. No. Yeah, I have one. So I have added these three accounts as well. Okay, so these will be also able to watch if I send them the link. Next, we have how will you produce a live event? Like how will the team's live event will be produced? Okay. Will the recording be available to producers and presenters? That is by default checked. Yes, the recording will be available. And where it will be available? It is by default available on Microsoft Stream. And one more tip here. If you want your presenters and your viewers to have your live recording to be able to watch after the meeting, so they must have a Microsoft Stream license. Okay, they must have. Recording available to attendees, yes, I have checked it. Captions, that is in preview version because not all languages are able to be translated. Attendee engagement report, this is a attendance report for those who has joined the my live event. After the meeting or live event has ended, the producer, who is also the organizer, can view this report. Q&A, let's check this mark so the viewers will be able to ask questions during the live event. If you have any external app or device, you can also connect it like any third-party Cisco, Juniper, Ubiquiti device, so you can connect it. But there is some there's a description that you have to follow it. Okay. Support. If you have a dedicated support in your organization who will be helping people out during the live event, you can enter their URL, or I have simply put the Microsoft URL here. Okay, support.office.com. So you can, as an example, you can put your organization link here. So let's click schedule. This is the third step. So now our meeting, our live event has been scheduled to Saturday 13th June with on this time 30 minutes on Microsoft Teams meeting by default because we haven't chosen any location. So by default it will select Microsoft Teams. Any live event resources available after event. Okay. So you can also join the event by just clicking here right away, or the best thing is you should provide this get attendee link. What you will do is you can just simply click left click here and it will be copied to your clipboard. Okay, click close, and let's move to our incognito window, and I will join the meeting by pasting this link. So as an attendee, let's suppose you are an attendee now and your organizer has given you the link and you just copied it on your browser. This will happen. So it will ask you if you want to open Microsoft Teams on desktop application or during the web. So in my case, I have already signed up with my organizer account in desktop app. So I will go ahead and do it as a watch on web. So it means I can watch my live event on Microsoft Teams desktop application and on browser as well, any browser. And even it can be on your mobile device as well, or on your tablet if you have, or anywhere you are. You just need a browser with the internet. Okay, so see, now it is asking me to sign in. So I have to sign in. So now it says the live event has not started yet because I haven't started it on my desktop app. So as an attendee, this will be my view, and here you can see the hide Q&A section. The Q&A section is open here and it's loading currently. So if you click this little I option here, you can see the demo live event setting details. Okay, you can also get the link from here as well. Okay, so here I have the question and answer section here. So there are two types of questions that you can ask. You can ask publicly or you can even ask privately. So ask a moderator. Moderator, you can create, having being a producer, you will be your moderator as well. So how the Teams live event works. Let me ask this. So I can check this box as post as anonymous. So what will happen is my name will not appear and my question will be posted as anonymous. So no one would be able to know who asked the question. Okay. So let's click this. So now this has been sent as myself as a private, okay, to the moderator. Now let's switch to my Teams. Okay. Where is my live event? I think I have to refresh it. Yeah, here it is. So let's click join. So by default, you will be seeing a camera on and unmuted mic. Okay, so you can join as a producer because I'm an organizer. So click join now. So as a producer or as an organizer, you will be seeing this view. Okay. So this is the view where you will be showcasing your the live event to your viewers. So you can see the timer has turned on, but that doesn't mean the live event is going on. It is not live yet. It is pre-live. Okay. So what does that mean is, so this is a pre-live event because the administrator or the organizer producer will have to administrate it first. Okay. So you can see the screen here. You can switch between like this. Okay, and what we option we have, we can leave the live event, we can show the health and performance of your network. So right now this is the current send bandwidth. Okay, if I turn on my camera and my mic, it will also show these devices. The policies, both enabled media sharing policy, these are the policies that are in my Teams admin center. Okay, show Q&A, you can see the question which I asked on my web version. So you can see the option publish. If I publish it, it will be posted as a public comment. So everyone in the lab room will be able to see this question. Okay, right now it is only private, only I can see it. Any meeting notes that you can want to take, you can take it here as a producer. Show conversation, the chat between the producer and the presenters. I can even add the attendees right away or see it. Okay, so this was it, the settings that you have it. Now let's move ahead and see what we have. If I click this share button and see what we have to share it. So let me open a presentation here so that you would be able to understand much better. Okay, so now I have a presentation open, and if I click but here, so you can see I have two options. Either I can share my whole desktop or I can share any window. So how many windows I have opened? Demo live event, which is this one, the presentation, and this for team folder explorer, file explorer, and this browser. So let me open this. So now this screen is going to be shared. Okay, this screen you can see call is in progress. Click here to go back. Okay, so if I click here, I have shared this content. Let me minimize it. I have shared this content right here. It is, if you want to stop it, you can click stop sharing. Okay, but the live event hasn't been uh, started yet. So I just click it here, add video content from below. Click here, let it reload. Not sure why it is not loading. I think my internet is weak. Yeah, here is it. So I just had to click on this first and then do this. Okay, so right now I can see this presentation on my left box here, which is in the queue. Okay, so this presentation is right now in the queue. It is not on the live event yet. So if I click send live, it will be shown as a live for to the viewers. So let's click send live. So it is sending to the right box, which is here, sending live. Okay, but if I go ahead and see, you can see there is nothing here yet. Okay, why? Because I haven't clicked start. Okay, so let's click start. So you can see this option, once the start, you cannot stop and restart. The event can last up to 16 hours from the start of the time, and attendees will be watched at a 10-20 second delay. So you will be having a 10 to 20 second delay. Okay, the viewers will have the delay of 10 to 20 seconds because of the network bandwidth latency that is normal. So now the event has been started. Okay, so let's move to the viewers point of view and let's see how it goes. Let me refresh it. If it yeah, no need to refresh. You can see it's loading, and you will be seeing my presentation which I just started. Okay, so if I click play button, you see the presentation is going. Let me change my presentation page to this. So you can see the change is here on the organizer view, but if I go ahead, the change hasn't been produced yet. So let's wait for the change of slide. I was in the slide 3. So in the attendee view, it will be shown after 10 to 20 second delay. You see? So this is the attendee view. So he is now able to see the slide number 3 which I posted here. Okay. Let's show you once again. Let's move to slide number 6, 5. So in the producer view, it showed right away. But in the attendee view, it's not showing yet. So after 10 to 20 seconds, it will refresh and it will move to slide number 5. See, slide number 5. So this is how it works. you can you can stop share and share on any other file if you want to. Okay, and let me ask a question from here. Can you move to slide number 1 like this? I've hit enter, and if I go here in my Q&A, can I move my slide? If I hit publish, so what will happen is this published, this is the published now, so I can reply it. Okay, thank you. You will also get the slide later. You can hit like as well. You can see it is working as a moderator. So moderators can manage all your comments on here or any thing. They make them presenter, so they will be able to do this, or producer as well. If you want to make an announcement, you can do it right away. So if you are finished having the sharing, you can just click stop sharing, and if you are finished in the live event, you just hit click end, so the event will be ended. So if I, because I have shared nothing now, so you can still see the slide has been shared with the user viewers. So in few seconds it will remove. You see it is removed now because I have stopped my sharing. So click end, so it will end the live event. You can restart an event after it has ended. So end live event. So my event has now been ended. You can see the ended status here. Only one attendee was there. Okay, as a on the web browser. Okay, so this is how it goes. You can click leave. So you can leave the meeting as a viewer. Okay. Now if I go back to my calendar and click here, so as the event has been ended, you can see the event resources. What was it? A Q&A report, you can download it. An attendee engagement report, you can download it. A recording for attendees, it is currently been created. Once it will create, you can see an MP4 file here. Okay, so this is how it ends. So if I go to my files, downloads, you can see the attendee report. Open it. So you see a CSV file has appeared here with my attendees, full name, user agent, which agent I was using, my role, my action, left, when I joined the meeting, when I left the meeting. Okay, this is how it is. And if I go click here in the Q&A report, you can see the questions and answers. What was the content and who shared it, who asked the question? Attendee, moderator. You can see my source as a moderator because I was a producer. A producer is itself a moderator and also a presenter, and you can also call him as an organizer of the meeting. Okay, so this is how to create a live event. Just go to calendar, hit the drop down, click live event. Okay, so I hope you have liked this video. Please also subscribe to my channel, and also watch my previous videos. If you have any questions, drop a comment. I will surely answer it. Thank you so much.